Everybody, I don't get a sense of everybody being here. Are you all listening? Are you? Yeah. Okay, you all checked in, which means you got to check out. Or usually it's Ashutosh who has to check out, but Ashutosh has checked out. Okay, as I said, what is really foremost and fresh in my mind. But before that, I would like to observe few moments of silence for one of our colleagues who lost his father. Pulkit is here. So if you could just, is there anybody else, who has lost somebody in their family, close relatives, etc.? And yeah, so Pulkit has come back after a couple of weeks being away, and I was really touched when I spoke to him and when he said that, sorry he can't be at work, obviously. But it's terrible to lose uh, such close relatives. So just half a minute. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Those who be standing can and sit down. As I said, what's fresh in my memory just now is what happened yesterday. No, it was day before. Just lost count. Day before evening, the vice chancellor of Open University of London and I, or Save the Children and Open University, we hosted an evening for some significant people of London who came for that, which means there were some barons and baronesses. And I'm not normally used to addressing anybody as milord and milady. I don't do that. I think it's better in United Kingdom, but I had to do that this time to address some of the Indian baronesses, who are actually sitting in the House of Lords, or can't be House of Ladies, I guess, but there were a couple of them that was present. So it was a significant evening because we were introducing Test India to those people in London. By the way, Test India, Yogesh here, or is Yogesh back from Orissa? He, he's not well, okay, because we had a meeting before this evening with a governance meeting in which Yogesh also was present. Yogesh, Michelle, and Vidisha were present from here. And they won an award for Test India project. They won an award, which is a significant award from the Guardian newspaper, which is an annual award for the most impactful international project by any organization. They just won it. Isn't that wonderful? That is excellent. That's excellent for us as we move forward with this great project. And when I spoke about the importance of numbers with them, with the people who are present there. And I said, India is all about numbers. I started my speech with maybe a repeated speech here. What is common between a Microsoft, a Google, a Pepsi, a Cognizant, and a Nokia, and a SoftBank, and 30 other companies across the world? What is it? IT? What is so common? The CEOs are all Indians. They had their elementary education in India, and then of course they went to different parts of the world. And we know who is the CEO of Google. Best question. Sundar Pichai. And of Microsoft, Satya Nadella. And there goes the list. MasterCard, Ajay Banga. And Reckitt Benckiser, that is British company with whom we work. Rakesh Kapoor. So that is a common thing. And then I said that that is one narrative of India. right? Also, the fact that India is growing so fast economically, we are growing fast, one of the fastest economies in the world right now. In terms of scientific personnel, we are the second largest. In terms of contribution to research that's happening, we are only second to China at this point of time. That is actual science research. We have the largest education system in the world. Do you know that 95 million children are enrolled in our elementary education system, which beats every other number that is there in the world. We are the largest. But the other narrative, because in this narrative, we lose a different, we lose donors, we lose many interested people otherwise who would have significantly contributed to India. But what they don't see is the other side of India, which has got the largest population of poor people. And when I say poor, it is not very relative, well, it is relative poor, but the number of people who are terribly poor, or what we call as the abject poverty, is 200 million people. That's the latest World Bank report. 200 million, and sub-Saharan Africa does not even come close. They are a distant number 2 as far as poverty is concerned. But people don't talk about it. People only talk about the beaming and the shining India, so to speak. And when we look at our education system, what about the quality? I mean, Save the Children has got, our target, our breakthrough, one of the 3 breakthrough areas on education. Can anybody repeat that to me? By 2030, what does that we say on education? Any education expert here? What does that we say? Sorry? I can't hear you. Every child should achieve basic quality education, and that is also the sustainable development goal number 4. Every child has the right to. There shouldn't be any caste equation that should come in. There shouldn't be any economy situation that should come in. Everybody should get. And that is Save the Children in India. That is also Save the Children globally, what we are trying to do. But will that happen? Our attendance rate is only 70%. There is 8% of, you know, the number of teachers we have, 1 million missing actually. Number of teachers in India, it's about 8 million teachers and 1 million is missing. And 8% of the schools has got only 1 teacher classrooms. Can you believe that? If you go to places like Jaipur, places like Jharkhand, places like UP, some parts of maybe Assam, you will find this 1 teacher phenomenon. So, India that produces so many fantastic CEOs to the world also has this issue. That was what I was trying to communicate to them, and well, I just communicated that day before yesterday. And at the end of that meeting, and so many people, so many of these people, and Open University is also big. The Vice Chancellor is Peter Horrocks. Have you heard of Peter Horrocks? Peter Horrocks was the head of BBC for a long number of years, and he is the Vice Chancellor. And they are all very, very influential people. And we had the ability to, as Save the Children India, had this ability, which was recognized, and an opportunity to share the dais with them. So I'm extremely, extremely happy about it. Even before I left yesterday, I got a mail from a guy called John Hamilton, John Paul Hamilton, and who said that he was connecting me with a possible funder for TESS. So TESS India should definitely get funding. We are looking at raising about 7.39 million pounds. We will soon be out on the road doing that. Already we have sent proposals to a couple of large Indian corporations or foundations, which is the Tata Trust and uh, and Infosys Foundation. There is a possibility with Tech Mahindra. We will be doing that. So please stay tuned to to the Test India program. Anybody from Test India here right now? Not at the moment. Okay. But just find out, walk across and talk to them and see what they have to say. Okay, the second thing that I need to talk to you about is my visits to a couple of states in the last 1 month. First is Uttar Pradesh, and it was just after Aditya Yogi had friend of Ashutosh had come back to power, or not come back, has become the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh. While there are lots of interesting things that are happening in Uttar Pradesh, not so good things are still things like the cow vigilantism and also the minorities feeling extremely threatened. Of course, the majority populations are happy. The women feel more safe in Lucknow. That's what I was told, which is very good. We have a meeting with actually the Minister of Women and Child, Rita Bahuguna, probably on actually Monday, coming Monday. Yeah. How many of you are familiar with UP statistics? If it was a country, it will be the third largest country in the world in terms of population. The most populous country, state in India. But horrible, horrible indicators still. When India's under 5 mortality has dipped to just below 50, and it is 50 per thousand, UP's under 5 mortality is 78 per thousand. The infant mortality of Uttar Pradesh is again compared with the Indian mortality. I mean, I'm not talking about states like Kerala and all. Is it's more like Norway, the numbers of Kerala. But the Indian average is today sitting at 37 infant mortality, and for Uttar Pradesh it is 64 per thousand. Nothing seems to change in that state. And this is a very clear example. Where do you find the poor people in India? Sometimes we ask that question. We go to these villages and so on, and say that I don't see children dying. But I went to a village which is one of the poorest districts, no, villages in one of the poorest districts in India, and it is called Baraich. Baraich. And first went to a school. I was shocked out of my wits when I heard that. I mean, we have a water sanitation program, education program, everything that's happening. The water report there really shocked me. It had arsenic in it, and the children were continuing to drink it. Arsenic well beyond the acceptable level. It's a 50 ppb, which is the parts per billion that is allowed. And the report that I saw had 200, 300 from different parts of India. And I said, shut the school down immediately. How can we have our children going to school and drinking this water? And then I went to these villages where we seem to be becoming an expert in building toilets, which is not a bad idea, because the good reason that there should not be open defecation. But what I don't get after seeing these places is that when we move out, would we have made any difference to this state, to these villages? Maybe to those villages we have worked some difference. But how are we scaling it up? Any project design, I'm talking to the program designers here, should have innovation and scalability in that innovation and scalability. Otherwise, we just go there, stay there for 2 years, 3 years, come away, nothing happens, nothing changes. I mean, that's what has happened to Uttar Pradesh for a long time. And from Uttar Pradesh, I went to, came back here, and I just wanted to let you know that not everything is all right with Uttar Pradesh, but we have a great opportunity to work with the current government. We have some very close ties with the Minister of Women and Child. Hopefully, next week I will be going across to meet with her. Bihar, I went to Bihar the very next week. Good story there. Again, there is still a large number of poor people in Bihar. But if you look at the Bihar numbers, their under 5 mortality has come down to 52. 52 from a high of 80 about 15 years back. So Bihar, something seems to have moved. With Nitish Kumar and Laluji, things seem to be looking better. I don't know if it's Laluji there, but Laluji has come to, Laluji for a long time. But his days probably it was 80, and now it just come down to 52, which is very close to the Indian average. And their infant mortality is actually 42, which is great, which is fantastic. And the worst indicator in a state is how young do their girls get married. And I keep asking this question. The child marriage in our states. What is the legal age? I hope if you don't know that, girls can get married in India. 18. 18. And the boys? 21. If you don't know that, then we shouldn't be working here. In Bihar, from the high 60s, it has come down to 39%. I mean, still a large number, which means 39% of the girls get married under the age of 18. And 14% of the girls get married under the age of 15. That's not good. And so we have a program called Ananya. Anybody from Ananya here? Where are all the program guys gone today?
Pradeep would be there.
Who is that?
Pradeep.
Mishraji. Okay. This Ananya project, which is actually working against child marriage in these poor districts of Bihar. So I've been to a place called Sidamadi. Have you heard of Sidamadi? Again, another terrible state, a place in Bihar. But things are looking more positive, definitely more positive than UP. But still, the numbers are still very high. We would like to see that child marriage is a problem of the past. And I really hope this project will do some huge changes, working with the government and so on. And I was really pleased to hear, Santanu here? No. I was pleased to see some innovation that actually a friend of mine from Singapore, and is very famous here because he troubled us like anything, because he was one of those donors who was very particular about seeing results immediately. And we had introduced something called a non-invasive device of checking anemia. And if you know that in India, about 65 to 70% of the women are anemic. We could just check our women here, and that may be true. And usually anemia is checked by the level of hemoglobin in your blood, and so there is a blood sample is drawn, and you check it out. But somebody has created a device which looks into your eye with an, it actually looks like a cell phone from below, and here there's a bit of looking through glass or lens, and looks into the eye like this, and it gives a reading in less than half a minute. And isn't it fantastic to have that? And then the ANM who was administering this at a village health, nutrition and sanitation day, which they have introduced, and we are working with them very closely. And she was saying that all PHCs use it now. And that was our great invention. And immediately I took a photograph and I sent it to my friend, and then he was very fascinated. He said, "Fantastic! We should now see how this can be now taken up to the rest of the country or rest of Bihar at least." So it was very, very, very good to see what was happening there. They also have this Lalita Babu module. They also have adolescent clubs and groups. Things looked very, very interesting in that project and that program area there. And the next day, I came back from Sitamarhi. That was a 10-hour trip, 5 hours on the road, going and coming, 10 hours plus another 6 hours in the villages. So, yeah, I found myself pretty fit to be doing that. So the next day I went to the slums and that was a phenomenal experience for me. Slums in Patna, where we have again projects going on. And Patna is one city where we have done a comprehensive count of street children. There are about 20,000 of them in the city of Patna. And I went to this slum cluster, which again is horrible when you really look at some of the experiences that those young children were sharing. But what I was really, really amazed and moved and touched by was the enthusiasm of these young people. Enthusiasm, they were really like a live wire. They understood everything about, what we are doing there in that slum is doing a mapping of what is the what are the safety things, because Patna also is prone to earthquakes and definitely flooding these days. And so, what do you do as a community when this happens? And the children were completely on top of it. They showed me even how to administer first aid when somebody is hurt due to floods or to earthquake and other things. It was a fantastic experience to have spent time there. And I must tell you that all of you should really visit our program areas. Is there anybody here who has never ever visited a program area and has stayed here for more than a year? I would like to see your hand. See the hands going up. Okay. Okay, there is only one guy, or there is only one honest guy here? Can you just reach out to Vivian, and Vivian will organize for you a trip to Delhi at least. Go and see the Delhi programs. Come on, guys. We have no business to be sitting in this office and working if we don't go to our villages, if we don't go to our program areas, if we don't identify, and I keep saying this, identify with the most marginalized children of India. We need to get out there, absorb it, and then come back. Our work will have more meaning because you're contributing to that cause, even if you're only adding numbers. But it doesn't matter. But we should work from there and work backwards. That is so important to be out there. So I hope we will be able to see by the end of the next 6 months, everybody should be visiting programs. Sir, I hope you will make that happen. The other thing that I'm very, very proud of and happy about is that our performance cycle for the year, and now you know that we are moved from a calendar year to a fiscal year in our performance as well as in our accounting. And so 1st of April 2016 to 31st March 2017, our performances have been rated, and I discussed that with the board. Our organizational performance as well as individual assembly members' performance, and the board was happy. The board has agreed to certain numbers in terms of increase in salaries and so on. By the way, I'm going to ask you a question. How many of you feel you're underpaid here? I would like to see honest answers. Okay, there is one hand. Again, one honest man or woman, that's it. Everybody feels that you're well paid. Okay, so we are holding back. Salaries gone, Sonali? So hold it back. They all say they are paid well.
They didn't say that they don't want salary.
No, no, give them salaries, but no increase. What do you say about that? Bobby, you want an increase? Okay. Well, I know you're little hesitant to say that you want more money. But the fact is that Save the Children is one of the best, like numbers. When we look at the numbers out there in market data, one of the best paying organizations. Don't compare ourselves with a corporate guy. I mean, you could say that here I used to get much bigger money. But when we really look at where our people are, and that is also because we've got the smartest people, so we've got to pay them more, right? If you've got to retain smart people, we've got to pay them more. And that is why we actually pay more than the market. So that is the numbers that are revealing. And if somebody is below market, obviously there is a case for working at it and see a market correction is done. But overall, this PMS exercise went well, and I would like to congratulate the HR team, Vivian, Sangeeta, and Meenakshi. Is Meenakshi here? Yeah. And they all did a great job in making sure that it was done, it was closed well, and it was informed to the to the largest staff, and you will have the increases in the current salary. It's going out today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow is my birthday. So wonderful to have my salary comes on 28th. Okay. Don't ask me. Yeah, I've declared it a holiday for myself. Absolutely. Yeah. Good. And can I talk to you about my pet peeve, which has made a policy impact? What is that? A policy impact? Is Paul here? Paul is not here yet. Let's call a policy impact. What is a policy impact? What is that impact? Do you guys know? Nobody knows. What is the impact? Okay. Once again, it is whether you like it or not. I'm going to say it. You know, if you hate me for it, that also doesn't matter. And that is our entire premises, including basement, of course, office, corridors, stairs, outside under the gate. Not it is off bounds for smoking and drinking and any substance abuse if there is, which I hope there isn't. And as simple as that. And that is going to be our international, our all India policy, which is going to go out. Again, this is general because people who break these laws are also some of the assembly members. So, so don't feel left out. And but the policy is going to be applicable to all of you. And I can't think of anything. And nobody has ever given me a rationale for smoking. Okay, they all said, when you start talking, yeah, there's no rationale for it, but we still smoke. All right, for your health, it is if it is good, go ahead, but not here. And I also go to another, somewhat one more step by saying that if we work with children, these children, wherever they are, I think we also should be examples of what they should be doing or what they shouldn't be doing, and that modeling behavior is expected from us. So even in terms of This is not about human rights violation, as somebody, when I was talking, they said, no, it's my right. How can you say no? Well, you have your right. Exercise it outside of this place. Exercise it at your home, because even I'm told that public smoking is illegal. Same thing about alcohol. I think we should have a policy about alcohol consumption within our office space. And I would also say that alcohol consumption, when Save the Children come together as a group, we have no business. We have no business in any group formation as Save the Children platforms. We should be drinking alcohol, because when you go to the villages, you realize that alcohol is a big killer. Children come to us and say that I wish our parents didn't drink. And it's man and woman, by the way, both in those villages. So if the children tell us, we have no business doing that. Okay, so that there ends my pet peeve, that I have communicated that to you, and it will come to you in some form as a policy. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is the maternity benefit. You know what? There is a policy change by the government of India from what used to be a 12 weeks policy. Now they have extended it to 26 weeks. That is 6 months plus 2 weeks. Correct? Maternity benefit for pregnant women, right? And also something more. The good thing is that we have already been abiding by it, but maybe it's not 2 weeks. But again, I'm not sure if it is applicable to us as an organization. Whether if it is there or not, we are still going by it. We are still abiding by it. There are many corporates that don't follow this, but we do. We do it to a T. But is there anything else you wanted to talk about that policy? That's it, right? So I think, yeah, I shall break now and ask you if you have any questions. Please ask. One of the other things that I hear is that TWT has become very insipid, kind of tepid, lukewarm, because people don't ask questions anymore. Because either you have all the answers even before you come here, but it is good to be interactive. Any questions from anything that I said, or anything that is bothering you at this point of time? Sir, am I being short here?
चल रहा है?
चल रहा है? Any questions? Please go ahead, ask. I always say that question you don't ask is stupid, which is in your mind. No questions? Are you all happy or unhappy or not sure? Is there anything that is bothering us as an organization, as an individual? No? Oh, that's... we used to have some people who used to ask questions always. Hemlata is one of them. You see here? Has Hemlata gone or? No question. Surprising. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's get to the Eggy Award. How many of you are new here? Okay. Is that 2 people new today? There are many more. Okay, you'll also come up soon. But let me explain to you quickly about Eggy Award. It's a monthly award given by the CEO to the staff. Well, the CEO gives it physically, but the recommendation comes from, if I give it to Ashutosh, not if somebody gives it to Ashutosh, Ashutosh will give it to somebody else. He recommends that the award should be given to somebody else the next month, and it goes on and on and on. And we normally tell them, we'd like to see states kind of represented, not just the National Support Office. So but somehow the National Support Office is kind of fallen off. We should get it back here as well, the award. And we give a citation, and from time to time we give different gifts, but right now we give the biography of Eglantine Jebb, who started it all in the year 1919, and we are going to be 100 years in 2019, and we are going to have big global initiative around our 100 years. And so this book is about Eglantine Jebb, and it says the woman who saved the children, the woman who saved the children, and it's an interesting read for a book. And this is going to be the award that is going to be given to the next Eggie winner. And would you like to? You need to come up, and I'll step down. They need to see you. Okay. One more step up. And by the way, this is not a award that is fixed before. He doesn't even know he's going to get it. We're trying to call him up. That's why he's not picking up. Oh, okay, there is.
Is that Sunil Bandra?
Yeah.
Sunil, Smita here, calling from NSO. How are you?
Hi, Smita.
Doing good?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
How are you?
Very good, Sunil.
Yeah.
Sunil, I'm calling from the TWT forum.
Okay.
So the last winner, who was Sri Nagesh Maladi, has nominated you for the month of 2017 as an Eggie winner.
Month of March.
March 2017. Yeah, so I would like to, it's a long citation that he has written for you. I would like to read it quickly.
Okay.
I'm extremely, congratulations Sunil Bandra. I'm extremely happy to nominate a very committed and sincere soldier of Save the Children, Mr. Sunil Bandra from West Bengal office. This Eggie award is for his dedication, hard work and integrity and his valuable contribution to Save the Children for the last 13 years. He has worked in different capacities for different state offices, including Rajasthan SPO, AP SPO, and currently for West Bengal SPO. He has proved his commitment towards bringing significant changes among most vulnerable children through his sincere efforts by designing and implementing various innovative projects and programs in the best interest of children as CP focal. He is very simple in nature and very high in his approach and perfection in his work. Sunil Bandra is working on child protection and child participation issues in India, where he is focusing and strengthening child protection systems through testing and on-the-job based competency training for government district child protection officers and large workforce, which leads towards accreditation, including piloting the community cadre initiating within ICPC system. With his nomination, I thank him for his great contribution and a source of inspiration for building my career in Save the Children. He's a very good human being and successful role model, always supporting his peers with the knowledge and skills for achieving better and sustainable results for the organization. I wish him all success and continue to do the hard work for many more success stories in the organization. Congratulations, Sunil.
Sunil, congratulations. This is Thomas here. Sunil, this is Thomas here. Congratulations from all of us. Yeah, and you may want to speak to the rest of the team here.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Working for Save the Children for so many years and doing whatever I'm doing for them is just amazing, and it's a privilege for me, to work for Save the Children. Thank you.
So he's thanking everybody and he says it's a privilege working for Save the Children. Thank you, Sunil.
Thank you, Sunil. Thank you very much. And we will be sending your certificate, citation, the book, and $1 million. Thank you. All right. What is next? The new joinees. Will you please come up and
The
you're
new
going to.
joinees for the month of March and April. We have Murali, who has joined as the General Manager. Alka, General Manager, Advocacy and Policy. Pavan, Isha, Corporate Marketing.
Isha is here.
Subha, she just joined this week as the internal communication person with HR team, and we should have Urvashi. She, yeah, she's joining over the meeting. We do have a few interns with us, so if they can join us, Shruti, Aradhana, Ankit, and Sudhanshu. Are they here?
Hi.
Then to introduce.
Yeah. Please introduce yourself and say one sentence about yourself, or maybe two.
My name is Subha, and I'm a part of the HR team responsible for internal communications. Prior to this, I was with KPMG, managing their social media platform. That's it.
You're from Gurgaon?
Yeah.
Good. Welcome, Subha.
I Save the Children family. I'm Isha. I've joined corporate marketing team. I come from an experience of branding and marketing communications. I'm from Delhi, and I've been really enjoying my journey so far.
Very good. When are you moving to Gurgaon? Welcome.
Hi everyone, my name is Vinishri. I have come from IDFC Bank. I was working as an HR there. Now I'm in HR. So I'm part of the global development team in Brazil. So it's just been 1.5 months living here, and I'm really having fun here. It's good. It's very cool atmosphere. It's fun. It's nice. And I am shifting to Gurgaon very soon.
Excellent. Welcome, Urvashi.
Hello everyone.
Here.
Hello everyone, I'm Shruti. I did my PGDM from Saviour's Institute of Bank Management, Bangalore, and I'm from Kerala, and I'm an intern here.
You're from the best state in the country. You moving to Gurgaon?
Hello, I'm Anuradha. I'm from
Where are you from? Which college? From SOAS, London. Yes, I mean, this goes to my daughter. Okay. So where is Renu? Renu is here? Okay. Renu is also from SOAS, London. So we used to have a couple of people. You plan to come back and join us? All right.
You have a welcome cake that is supposed to come.
By the newcomers. Yes.
Don't get birthday cake.
That's it. All of you together, put your hand into it. Alka, you come at the right time. Come. Well, Alka is not new. We can't say she is new, but she has rejoined us because she couldn't. She just couldn't do anything else. So she's come back. Good. So it's called Gar Wapasi.
I never left.
You never left. Almost a month, and you come back. Okay, come and cut your cake. These are all. The new joinees. All right. No, you can eat yourself, please. All that, please. At least taste it. Yeah. Okay. All the birthday people.
This is again for March and April. It's a long list. Shweta, Ashutosh, Abhijit,
Shweta is in Malhotra or
Shweta Malhotra, sorry.
I'm representing her also.
Yeah. Ashutosh, Abhijit, Ram Singh Napawat, Radhika, Charu, Lal Kishore Mishra.
There's not enough cake.
Pradeep Kumar Mishra. No, they are just handful of them here.
Okay.
Edna, Sandeep Bhatt, Tanvi, Shiv Shankar, Shahab, Shripurna, Namrata, and Nikita. This is for March.
My goodness.
Starting with our serial farmers. Rashmi, Anish, Deepika, Sudhir, Dinesh, Varun, Ishri, Meghna, Mansoor, and Prakriti.
Okay. Whoever is here, please come over. Please come.
Can we please have it here?
Ram,
Ashutoshi, Ram, Radhika, Nandika, Rashmi.
Oh, by the way, we forgot to welcome and introduce and acknowledge somebody who just got married. You let her come up here. Edna just got married and she says it's a good thing to be married. Right? Are you sure? How long is it now?
1.5
It is still good. Good. Great. Okay, please come and cut the cake.
first uncle.
Come on. Edna, would you like to cut this? You hold it.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. You should. राम आपका भी कितना हो गया All right, so we have
Snacks and samosa and chai somewhere there.